we need to talk about the patch notes for EVE Online recently as well, and the changes that they had coming in, because they're really important and they're almost all about Equinox. Excuse me. I'm a little sick, so thank you for dealing with my my nose. Massive changes to industry. Okay, the genetic safeguard, lock preserver, and structure repair. All of these, they have been changed. Okay, they've reduced the amount of inputs you need by a factor of 20. Okay, this is pretty crazy to me. These are big blueprints. All right, they've changed a lot of things with these blueprints. Okay, the copying time has been reduced, manufacturing time, and you can do more copies for all of these. This is a big deal because these are used in very specific items. Let me show you what this is. Okay, it goes to these very expensive, very big items that are made in Titans, that are made in capital ships. So changing how these are crafted and making them more accessible makes capital ships and Titans more accessible. Okay, so this reduces the cost and at least the crafting time of those over time. Okay, they also, you're right, my man, you are correct. They removed much of it. It's somewhere in here. They removed most of the gas from the capital ship stuff as well. Okay, so very crazy stuff. This is all in an effort to try to rebalance what I believe to be I think, and I'm going to say this here, that Equinox failed to do what it was trying to do. And you know that I give you honest opinions here. Okay, you're not going to get just like, oh, Equinox was great. Look at Equinox was supposed to do a lot of things and it just didn't do. Okay, Equinox did not help the nullsec situation. As of yet, it has there's mandatory sovereignty moving over happening soon. We're going to see what that effect has on the market, but much of the changes that Equinox was supposed to fix has actually done the opposite. So it's not done well for the market in high sec to null sec. There's been a lot, and changes aren't bad. Okay, there's a certain crowd that wants to have a figured out null sec, a solved null sec, that doesn't want any changes. That's not what I'm saying. I think that Equinox and the stuff they added in should have added more to null sec. And what they basically did was, instead of making null sec more vertical, where the places you owned had more in it, they made it more horizontal. Or now you have to own more areas of nullsec to get the full benefit out of it. And we'll see how that goes in a year or two, where that kind of settles, because EVE takes much long to like go. But does that make sense? Because I think my interpretation of Equinox was they were trying to make it more vertical, where there was more stuff to do in where you were. But now you have to like own more space to do that. So, and by the way, if those of you that live in Null, like Nino lives in Null, Nino, do you agree with what I'm saying? Am I just talking out of my butt? You know, like what is happening right now? Tell me about what it is. So good discussion for sure, Doug. Yeah. Oh, definitely, Doug. Yes. T1 battleships, baby. Oh yeah, the T1 battleships got up too. So look at this chat. All these gases got removed from capital construction. These prices have plummeted. It's just a heck of a thing. We're gonna have to watch the Oz report. There it is, Nino. Yeah, so Nino lives in Null. He knows things. Hydrogen and Mexilon required for capital VATs reduced by 10%. That's, people see that and they go, 10%, that's not that much. That's a lot. Okay, that's a crap ton. Okay, the gas is just moved. Thank you, Maldoc. Yeah, it's not that they, thank you. I actually misspoke. They didn't remove it from things. They kind of shifted it, okay? The different parts of the crafting tree. Yes. I do love me some wormhole space, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they try to create nullsec wars so people make more Titans and stuff. I believe, Yokobu, that is the purpose of this kind of change, where they change out the blueprint. They made them not necessarily like easier, underlined. They made them easier to craft, and they made the actual crafting of copies and manufacturing time faster. Okay, so but look at this. Manufacturing time reduced from 32,000 seconds to 3,200 seconds. Okay, this is a big buff for the amount of stuff in the market all of a sudden. Okay, so big buff. So let's like keep this going. So there's also there's a couple Skinner updates, very cool. There's some Zarzak invasions happening, very nice. So let's keep talking about the industry stuff, because this so many big changes. These are rippling throughout all of New Eden and completely changing people's savings. Complete, like the Oz report when it comes out. I hope y'all are watching that. We'll probably watch that like right after this. Okay. So they have tweaked Tech 1 battleship blueprints to bring the current cost down. Isogen was about 50% of the cost, okay? And they've changed this. So Isogen was cut in half on a lot of these Tech 1 battleships. If you want to buy a Tech 1 battleship, if you have, like, I love the Dominics. When I was running the Dominics, I would go buy like 2 of them now because the prices are going to plummet for a while and then they're going to kind of come back up. Okay, so I would love that bill, actually, if they took barges off Omega, but I think that's one of the biggest reasons that ore is the way it is, and that would cause a lot of imbalance. They would have to do that right. There would have to be other stuff. That's a whole video, actually. It's a great question. Yeah, more big fights. Yeah, see, by making battleships cheaper, by making Titans and capital ships easier to craft, you encourage more big fights. You encourage undocking. Yes. Make a battleship PvP. Yes. I love battleships. The Frigate Escape Bay, one of the most unique things in all of EVE Online. Go check that out, chat, okay? Go check that out. Scorpion, right? Specifically, the Scorpion hit this, right? Tech 1 battleships does not include Navy or pirate ships. So Navy and pirate ships are still the same, which I actually really like this, that Navy and pirate ships, you have to now pay for that increase. There's actually, the Isogen stays the same, so they are like bigger, better, okay? So we have to talk about Marauders and Black Ops, okay? Keep their price mostly the same, but since Black Ops and Marauder are incredibly strong right now, we don't want to unintentionally make them even more powerful by lowering their price. Makes sense. Increasing the amount of reactor units used in the blueprints, making it so that more people use the Equinox Moon drill. Okay, that's what this is. They want people to use the Equinox Moon drill, making it so that you need to go use Moon stuff, encouraging people to, they're literally saying, hey, we're going to make it harder to craft these. But if you have an Equinox Moon drill, it's going to be easier for you to get these because the Equinox Moon drill lets you mine moons passively. Now, which moon is the R64 moon? Because they say it here. Where is it? We're going to be strong, blah, blah. Yeah, which moon is the R64 moon? I don't remember what area of space that's in. I don't remember. So I like this change. I can tell you this. As a Marauder enjoyer, you will be seeing Black Ops ships on the stream very, very soon, chat. Just it represents increased cost, but 60 million ISK at the time of writing this patch notes. But you have to think about this. This is not that big of a cost. Thank you, Judah. Thank you. So low and null. Okay, so they're really encouraging people, again, to use the Equinox Moon Drill in low and null to be able to afford Marauders. This is not that big of a patch increase, or a cost increase. You know, 60 million ISK, not that big. Only 40 million, honestly, in the cost of these. A Black Ops ship is going to end up being about $1 billion, and a Marauder is a cool Billy as well. So not a huge change, but I like this change because these ships are overused and everywhere, and we need to make you have to remember, they combined this change with Tech 1 battleships are now easier to use, okay? Capitals and Titans are now easier to make. We quotes because it's such a long chain. It's just changed the chain, but while Marauders and Black Ops are now slightly harder to make. I don't hate this change because they're encouraging people to use the Equinox Moon Drill. They're showing up easier ships. They're letting you undock in the ships that are easier to make. I like this. It's an offset. Yes. Yes, exactly, Virus. Correct. I don't really understand the mining drills and stuff. I wish I did because it sounds like fun. The mining drills are just basically automated moon mining drills. Instead of you having to have a Rorqual plus Hulks on a moon, you can use the Equinox Moon Drill. Now, this yield is less than a Rorqual's Hulks, but it's automated. It's out of sight, right? It just operates. You know what I'm saying? So, correct, Virus. And exactly, good point, Virus coming in. If the production of the Tech 1 battleships is easier, the production of Tech 2 battleships is simultaneously easier. Correct, correct. So, there's a bunch of new stuff in the LP store, okay, which you can exchange for LP and Nexus chips rather than LP and ISK. Very intriguing, where you can finally exchange Nexus chips for blueprints. This is new. To my knowledge, this has not happened in EVE Online. We like this. More options means more options, okay? So the short answer is, ADHD Drew, about the drill is the drill is now something that people can go attack, similar to any other structure, right? So it does enable more PvP. Here we go. Smart bombs. Big balance patch. Big balance patch. All compact meta smart bomb damage has been used the same 20% reduced CPU requirements that EM smart bombs have. There's now storyline smart bombs for kinetic and thermal, which we're missing. Great. That's good. These were missing. Now we have more smart bombs. Okay. Players can attain these from doing storyline content like data sites. Sick. So you can get new smart bombs from data sites. So if you're an explorer for the next like month or two, you're going to be able to get dank ISK where brand new smart bombs are going to drop from these. These are blueprint copies. So you can sell the BPCs or you can make the blueprints from data sites. Go into those data sites and go get those. So enjoy it. This is a big deal. Okay. The explosive smart bomb did less than basically everybody used EM smart bombs and nothing else because they were the best. Now they're not. We have to go check on what does best now, and we will see. Okay, you'll have to see how that goes later. All right, so small fitting buff to keep them the easiest to fit modules with the changes to meta smart bombs come in the compact version. So, and this is going to change how you see fittings done, because they're encouraging you to go get the smart bombs that are storyline because they're the easiest to fit. So Eve devs are encouraging you to go get the new items and put them onto your ship because they're the easiest to fit. Makes sense. Sounds good to me. And they do more damage now. So they've also added faction and officer smart bombs. They now have more range but less damage. This is super intriguing. Look at the changes here. Okay. Thermal has more range but less damage. So you can hit... I love this change. I love this change. Explosive is more damage but less range. Kinetic is cheaper to use, but the cycle is more. So this means it's cheaper to just leave on kinetic, but the cycle is longer. So you actually end up doing less smart... If like in 5 minutes, you'll do less smart bombs on the kinetic than the explosive. Really cool. RZ, what's up? What's up, buddy? This is the good old patch note check. It's good to see you. Welcome in. So love this change. Love this change because it encourages... This is why the Eve devs are so smart, y'all, because this encourages different play styles. It's not just about the damage type, right? It's primarily about that, but it's more than that as well. You know what I'm saying? So this is really, really cool. Use less cap less often. Yeah, that's right, Kirill. Good to see it. Good to see it. Poor herons. Poor herons, exactly. So really cool. I like the smart bomb changes. They're very nice. Here's, ladies and gentlemen, meat or potatoes. Here is the meat. Ladies and gentlemen, 36 new mutaplasmids have been added, which drop from Abyss primarily to go after smart bombs. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can now gamble with mutaplasmids on your smart bombs. Incredible stuff. This is big. You can push layers, chant layers. You can literally, onions donkey. You can literally get layers to your mutaplasmids. Incredible. They can modify damage range, cycle time, capacitor cost. Can you imagine having a thermal smart bomb with even more range? Okay. Think about this. Think about this. Okay. People know innately in their heads what the range of a smart bomb is and will play around that. Now, what people are going to have to do is look at someone's ship and see if they have a red pulse happening around them. Oh, it's a thermal smart bomb. It has 20% range more. But if it's also an Abyss smart bomb, now they have to like figure out, okay, is it an Abyss smart bomb? Because I have to like make sure that I get the right range around it. Basically, this adds more counterplay and makes actually looking at someone's ship more viable in PvP. Because in Eve, it's like, I'm just going to stare right here. And I'm just going to look right, whatever. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. It adds layers to the game, as Bellum says. Very, very correct. So very, very cool. And not just that, look how good these changes are. Okay. The EMP smart bombs drop from electrical Abyss. Plasma from thermal, proton from explosive, whatever. So you can see CCP Games is encouraging people to go into different Abyss. You can't just get the same one from the same one. You know what I'm saying? So this really excellent change, y'all, because this encourages so much different gameplay from the new smart bombs coming out, from the new Abyss types. This is great. Great. We'd love to see it. And I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. So we're going to see what this means later. Can someone explain to me the missile firewalling strategies? I don't know what this means, so we're going to have to check on what that is. So really great changes, Yokobo, for sure. If you thought we were done, there's also frigate and cruiser officer stuff. This is nuts. You can now, in high sec, 0.5 rated, or 0.1 or 0.2 low security, there's brand new officer, frigate, and officer cruiser mobs that drop. Brand new officer mods, never been foreseen. You can destroy missiles before they hit with smart bombs called firewalling. That is sick. Oh my God. Bro, that is nuts. I love that. But also, I can understand why they would think of banning those things. You know what I'm saying? Because missiles get destroyed by those. That's really cool, though. Never heard of that. That's sick. I love that. But we'll see if they change that. So, you know. So, this is really cool because there's brand new officer modules. So, you can finally get like a really expensive 1 MN afterburner. Really awesome. You can hear how sick I am right now, Chachish. I'm going to push through, ladies and gentlemen. All these items, brand new officer mods, only found in 0.5 systems, asteroid belts. Okay? Be careful mining, yo. Be careful mining. Brand new officers. 50 new officer modules. This is a big opportunity, y'all. Big opportunity to make some dank ISK early on. You head to those 0.5 high-sec systems. You jump around to all of their asteroids. You check. You put some scouts there to see if something spawns. You go to your low-sec areas. You see if somebody's getting those. And then you kill them and then kill the ship. You know, you get some easy loot there. Yeah. Incredible stuff. So, really great stuff. A bunch of stuff. Warp disruption, assault, micro, aux core. There's a lot of items. 50 plus items, chat. Really, really awesome. So, this change right here absolutely changes how Pochven is done. Ladies and gentlemen, mobile observatories detect people that are cloaked but do not have a cloak destabilization buff. Okay, so right now I'm like in Pochven chilling. Okay, if someone drops a mobile observatory beacon somewhere, they can find me, right? They can scan me down even though I'm cloaked. Because what this thing does, it's a deployable in space. Can I like see it here? Is that a thing? Mobile observe. What this does, a structure once deployed, and having completed its automatic activation process, will periodically scan the solar system for cloaked objects and reveal them. Do you understand? Okay. Do you understand? So what this does, 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, it's going to start pinging Pochven and reveal all those cloaked nerds. Y'all, the Pochven Express ain't so safe anymore. Here's why, okay? If you cloak, okay, I'm uncloaking. We're safe because nothing's close to me. We're very far from stuff, okay? If I recloak, you're going to see a thing right here, okay? I have a 15-minute timer, cloak defense. I cannot be found by the mobile observatory as long as this buff is online. I believe that is correct, okay? I believe that is what it is, all right? The moment this goes away, this cloak defense thing right here where my cursor is, right below the Loru, that's like right here, okay? The mobile observatory can ping and I will be revealed. This means if you're Pochven expressing, you have to be ready to the moment this buff goes away that you leave Pochven. If you don't know what the Pochven Express is, I recommend that you go watch our video on the Pochven Express. It's in here. You can go to videos. You can literally type in like Loru, Pochven Express. This is the safest way to haul things. It still is the safest way to haul things. Okay, so I hate how my ads are like very much like the male gaze are always like just recloak, literally correct, right? We talk about in this video how you unironically can never die hauling items. Y'all remember the stash? Oh my God. So good, so good. So you're still safe. You can't just go AFK for half an hour and be totally safe, right? What this does though, is there's plenty of people that AFK in Pochven and watch stations, they watch gates, they watch a bunch of stuff, and they're at like 3,000 kilometers away. And now we can find them and kill them so we can stop the intel, because Pochven's a very small system comparatively to the rest of Eve. So, right, the CCTV, exactly, the eyes. You know, this is like what people call them. You know, it's a thing that is, in my opinion, not good. Is this gonna completely fix that kind of stuff in Pochven? No, because thank you very much, y'all. As Sovapid said, people can just set a 15-minute timer and every 15 minutes they just recloak. But it does add an element of you actually have to play the game to get the information, you know, which is good. This is a big change. That day, I live in Pochven with my alliance. That day, my Corp went to go hunt a bunch of Covert Ops close characters, and y'all, they had quite the field day. You know what I'm saying? it was really great. So, all right. Here we go. Sovereignty. This was the update for Equinox, and we were talking about Equinox and how it's not done what they technically, in my opinion, set out to do. Let's see what this says here. 7 small mining upgrades have been added, 1 for each mineral type. These new upgrades cost significantly less power and workforce than the current mining upgrades, making them far more flexible. They respawn significantly faster with 1 hour respawn times. They can utilize the same mechanics as the Equinox combat upgrades, blah, blah, blah. So, they provide 1/8 of the ore, and existing upgrades do not escalate the mining escalation. So, basically, these are easier to access ore nodes for the sovereignty upgrades. Because remember, at the start of this video, I talked about how what I thought Equinox was going to do was make Null more vertical, where you had more to do in the systems that you were in. But what actually happened was they made it more horizontal. They made it so you had to own more space, had to gather more things. The nodes you get by the sovereignty hub weren't worth, in a lot of cases, the upkeep. So what they've done was they've made these smaller ones that in nullsec you can go get trit. 500,000 M3 of it. A lot. It's a lot of trit. In nullsec, you cannot get trit, pyrite, mex in nullsec. You can't do it. Can you get isogen in nullsec? Am I wrong? You can? I think you can. Am I wrong about that, chat? Tell me. I don't live in nullsec, so because you can't get these in null. Okay, and obviously these are the big ones, right? Because you get some very rare stuff. So this is a good thing. We'll see how this shakes up, because this kind of stuff takes like weeks and months to settle, because you have to craft these, you have to place them, you have to mine them. What does that do with the war efforts? You know, there's a lot that happens with this, so we'll have to see about that. So, several asteroid added in Equinox, if their 3D model sizes increases, so they look more impressive. Right. Sure. This is kind of whatever. I like visuals, but whatever. Sure. So now, a bunch of crap happened in pirate space. Okay, we've increased the number of sites provided by the level 1 and 2 upgrades. So this is another effort to try to make that vertical nullsec Equinox buff happen, where you now get more sites if you upgrade your nullsec sovereign hub with a major threat detection array. Think of it like a fitting window, okay? Or if you put in like a mining upgrade into your, did I just DC? Oh, geez Louise. Opening my fitting window made me lag that much. CCP games, I am streaming. Please and thank you. You know what I'm saying? So if you have like a sovereign hub, it's kind of similar like this. Like, oh, I want to put a mining upgrade here, and then they get more mining stuff. I want to put a major threat detection, so they get more pirate stuff. Again, people like did the math, and it just wasn't worth the trouble from doing all this. So they've added more to the 1 and 2s, and there's a bunch of these here. You get a lot more. You can get like another, so 3x these, +1, plus. You can read this and see all the different ones that you can get in the various stages, the various states, whatever. And there's different ones, okay, in pirate space versus drone space, all that. So you can read this and see all the various sites. They're adding like one here, whatever. This is good because they're giving you more for the same thing that was there before. This is good. This is good. We'll see how that goes. Another one, rebalance sovereign upgrade resource costs. Also makes significant changes to the sovereign upgrade costs. All upgrades are being reduced in colony resource costs. So this is what I was talking about. They're reducing. Fade, it's great to see you. Welcome in on
Twitch progged out of your mind. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you, buddy. They're making the horizontal aspect of this less, where you don't have to spread out your stuff as much and get a bunch of power, a bunch of workforce. All of these are commodities that you can farm and mine in the various spots, right? So this is good because it reduces that horizontal locality, whatever. Makes it more vertical. Makes it easier for you to be able to own and operate in nullsec and get the good stuff. I like this change. I'll tell you that before I go into all this, okay. Equinox was supposed to reinvigorate Null. That was the point. And look, there's a lot of doomers saying that Equinox has failed and terrible and like, oh my God, CCP games, why would you do this? I'm here to tell you that it didn't fail, but it wasn't great. Okay, I think this is closer to good and okay. We'll see what happens with this. Why I'm saying that is because I have noticed the market has had a lot of really weird fluctuations as a high-sec Pochven, low-sec wormhole enjoyer, okay? The market's been doing a lot of this because market don't know what to do with a lot of this. Like, if you watch the Oz report, and we will watch the most recent Oz report actually, a lot of the minerals were literally, there wasn't even a day's worth of supply, I think, of Mexilon recently, because everyone's just like out doing other stuff. It's just not, it hasn't been what the vision of it is. I like that the devs have been nerfing, changing. This is a good start. We'll see where this goes. My vote is that the devs should not, some people say they should have started with this kind of stuff. I disagree. If the devs start with everything is very cheap, and everything is all of a sudden really accessible, and the price plummets, and everyone hates how inflation in EVE would happen. If you raise the price of all this stuff, people are going to get pissed off, right? If you start by making it higher and then lower it, that feels good. So I'd rather them start with it being more expensive and going down. Like some of these were reduced by half. You know, like Sino suppressors, literally reduced by half. Good, good. So let's read some comments. As a Null-Sec player, the biggest issue they did solve was pushing bigger groups to conflict. This can be solved by the Battleship changes, but also the figuring the SOV changes. There it is. Agree. Huge. Marauders benefit from the Iceland price drops as well. There it is. Yes, because correct, because they got their Iceland stuff there. Correct. Minor sites are minor. The major is what you put if you wanted the large amounts. Correct. There it is, Virus. Yeah. Correct. So see, this is what I'm saying, is that I don't hate how they went about this. I'm glad CCP Games has proved once again with these changes that they listen, that they will change something if they see it. Thank you, CCP Games, for helping Null to continue to improve. Thank you. These are good things, okay? Let the people complain on Reddit. There's a reason I say don't go to EVE Reddit chat. It's too toxic. There's a bunch of, you know, like, I can't believe it. Like, it's just not worth your time to go to EVE Reddit ever, ladies and gentlemen. It's propaganda and drama, and that's it. Yeah, I literally would not do that. You know what I'm saying? So, wasn't this supposed to push more conflict to be able to spam Antiplex's Sinojammers to keep the status quo rather than make Null choose where they fight? I think the short answer is yesn't. You know, let's see where it goes, Guilty. I'm with you there. By the way, Guilty, it's great to see you. Welcome in. So I think Techo battleships need to be 200 million. They are still bad compared to Faction Pirate by a long shot. We'll see. You know, it's a good point. Okay, so let's go over some miscellaneous stuff, but I think those are the big hits, okay? Players no longer need to pay existing sovereignty bills to transfer the sovereignty hubs. Sure, great. I like that, so you can just go over. That's a big change. Don't need to pay more money, chat. Reduce the amounts of structure acceleration coils need to manufacture the Skyhook. Nice. 20% reduction in Skyhook manufacturing costs is a nothing. That's big deal. They want you to use your Skyhook, so 20% reduction in cost. Well done. They increase the signature radius of the Mednox Moondrill Skyhook and Customs Office. This makes them easier to kill. Right, so that all super carriers and capital weapons can apply full damage to them. This is CCP Games saying,
Hey, that Mednox drill, bring your biggest stick and hit it.
That's a good change. I like this. I think that's good. Super carrier close range fighter missiles abilities will now apply full damage to Skyhook, all this other stuff. Great. Flex structures, excellent. So, custom office in the force field control towers in the new Equinox pirate infested starbase escalation. This was something that was flagged very early on. I actually remember this getting flagged very early on. I saw a lot of posts about this. I'm glad that they fixed this because people were saying like, I'm not going to bring my super carrier into these big new sites, which they're made for super carriers, and I can't because they're not applying. I'm literally doing less DPS in this than in some of my other ships, like my Marauder or my Dread. Like just bring Dread's forehead was like the you know, whatever. So there it is. So let's talk about user interface, y'all. This is a big change, ladies and gentlemen. Look at JITA. Notice how it's not flying. You now can filter your chats in JITA. Here's the cheat code. Click this box right here. Configure hidden messages. In JITA only, I have want to buy. You have to use a comma. Want to buy, Hypernet, WinISK, and wants to sell. Hello, JITA. I can finally see you. Heart. Okay, you can filter out multiple items. There's no more chat spam. So tell me, Nino, yeah, tell me, whatever it is. Huge W, no more chat spam. I can talk to you in JITA local. Hit me with the big stuff there. Too bad I left JITA, I can't say hi back. That's okay, plural, it's okay. I can finally see JITA chat. Huge change. This might be one of the biggest changes of the patch notes. It's been 20-something years in the making where we can finally actually talk in JITA. And if you ever want to see sales, you just come in and undo this. And I have this, you can do all of local. So every local, or you can do URL equals contract. Oh, I love that. We're gonna do that. Let's do that. Boom, save. Now we won't see it. Thank you, chat. Thank you for killing it. URL equals contracts now and there. You can do every single local chat. I have it just in JITA. Because maybe somebody pings me with like, because I'll be flying around and someone will say, hey, Loru, love this video. And I'm like, oh, great, thanks. You know, I don't want to like not see their message. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much. But yeah, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, you can now filter out JITA local chat spam. This is incredible. When I tell you this is one of the best changes in the game. Actually, the trade hubs now, you can only see people typing. Here is that on screen. Again, you can clip this, you can use it. Just do, this one is from our chat. You can copy this one. I'll put this one in the Twitch chat as well. So if you're watching on stream, you can see it. Just copy paste that one into there. No more chat scams. No more chat scams. Whoa. No more chat scam. You know, slow but steady. Yeah, still a big deal. We're gonna do more of these where we go after the various changes that are in EVE. So if you want more of this, make sure you sub for that, okay? If you want more game news, here's our full game news playlist. All the EVE stuff, latest EVE stuff. You can bookmark that playlist to get the goodies. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video, okay?